What is up? What is cracking? Taurus, my clever mobsters. Alright, so right now, we're gonna just right on into it. I don't really want to be on video right now. I cannot lie. I'm barely on here. Like, I am so sleepy. All right. Um, Something about a cathedral. All right, Taurus. And I looked up what a cathedral is. All right, so they're saying a cathedral is like a church that contains the cathedra, meaning Greek for seat, of a bishop, thus serving as the central church of a, I don't really know that word, a conference or something like that. Okay. So, yeah, a bishop, something to deal with a bishop. Okay. A cathedral. All right, so some of you guys might be visiting a cathedral or something to deal with the church. Cathedral. Okay. So some of you guys might be going more inside of the cathedral. Um and it says Greek for seat. So for some reason we're study getting things that deal with Greek here. All right. Shout out to Greek. Shout out to Greece. Shout out to everything dealing with this Greek stuff, okay? Alrighty. So some of you guys might be separating or learning that you are separating yourself from others. It's something about not going along with everybody else in the class. So, from the book, once again, okay, we're just picking a random page and we're going with it, right? So, it's kind of describing here like some people out of this class that's visiting this cathedral is going a separate way. They ditch the rest of the class and they go another way. Okay? And they didn't just ditch the class for a short time, they ditched the class for a long period of time. We're walking the labyrinth. Let me look that up really quick. Sorry, y'all. I'm not gonna be like that great tonight. I'm really tired and exhausted. Okay, so the labyrinth is a complicated, irregular network of passages or paths in which it is difficult to find one's way, a maze. Okay, so some of you guys might be supposed to be going to a cathedral, which is a church dealing with a bishop, with a group, a class, multiple people, but some of you guys are choosing to go another way inside of the cathedral, or maybe you are being led to go another way inside of the cathedral. Okay, so some of you guys, when you think about a field trip, right, when you're going on a field trip, um you are being guided. It's you have a guide, right? You're never just guiding yourself, especially at a place like this, right? So somebody is guiding you. So instead of someone guiding you, you and a couple other people ditch the guide and go your own way. And as you see here is that as you go your own way, all of a sudden you find yourself in a maze. You find yourself on a different path than where everybody else is going. All right. But it was so beautiful and meditative. That's what it says. It was so beautiful and meditative. So I'm gonna see. How can I allow y'all to see that? All right. So these group of students, they went another way, and the way that they went, you know, the unknown way, right? It was beautiful and meditative. All right. There apparently used to be a minotaur in the middle. Let me see what that is. I don't even know that word. Okay. All right. So I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not perfect, but what is this? Oh, okay. So how do I say this word? I'm so sorry, Taurus, right now. And this is Greek as well. So it's a creature of Greek mythology. Okay. Monitor. Let me see. PR pronunciation. Manuta. It's a monita. Monita? Minotaur. So it's a minotaur. Minotaur. Okay, so that is the name of it. It's a minotaur. Okay, so let's show y'all really quickly what this is or how it looks. Okay, a minotaur. All right, in Greek mythology, the minotaur, ancient Greek, also known as something, all right, is a mythical creature portrayed during classical something with the head and the tail of a bull and the body of a man, or as described by Roman poet Ovid, a being part man and part bull. Okay, so a minotaur is a part man and a part bull. Okay, just alrighty. So let's keep let's keep going in the middle. So it used to be that in the middle of this cathedral or whatever, but it's not there anymore. Okay, and it was saying that in these mazes back in the day, normally it was a lot of minotaurs, meaning a lot of these creatures that was half bull, half human inside of these mazes, inside of these paths. So, it says they were a tough bastard with a default something like they had like just goring attacks. I don't even know where I'm heading at right here. It could be defeated by going heavy heavy on spells such as psychic screams or mind silver that would exploit the creature's weak intelligence score. Okay, so it's kind of like they're doing research on this creature, and he's kind of like telling them this is how you weaken this creature, right? I have no idea. But we just going with it. but I held everything in. I realized I hated that I had to do this and would keep having to. I didn't know that. I said I pushed my insistent heart back into place with a hard shallow. Well, now you do. Okay, so it's like the people that's breaking away from this other crowd, this class, they are going into another path. They're going into a maze, right? But they're learning about what was here before, or they're learning about some type of history here before. Okay, so one of the students that has broken off from the crowd is telling another student about the monitor, right? Telling them about how they are, telling them about their strengths, telling them about their weaknesses and how you kill them, things like that, right? It kind of reminds me of a movie. And the other person is kind of feeling like this is a bit much, right? This is a bit of a lot to learn, a lot to know, a lot to understand, but they're holding this in. When they come to this realization, they're like holding all this in. So some of you guys might be coming to some type of realization, and you're saying that you understand, but it's still kind of hard for you to grasp. It's kind of hard for you to maybe realize, find truth in it. um and the person that's kind of telling you this is like, I know you didn't know before, but now you know. And that's a song as well. It's like you didn't know, not you didn't know back then, but now you know, type thing. So someone is telling you, you know now. You know now what this is, or you know now what this is about, or you know now where this path leads you, or you know now what is a part of this maze, or if you have been feeling like you have been inside of a maze, and you know you feel like maybe it's been like obstacles in your life, right? It's kind of like every obstacle is one of these Minamors, these creatures, right? And you gotta beat this creature in order to go to another part of the maze to, get more closer to home, get more closer to freedom, get more closer to getting outside, or out of this maze that has been created, right? As well. And I also feel like for some reason maybe it's just not you, because like they said, we have a whole classroom here, a whole class. So it's just not you that's inside of this maze, but it's also other people that are inside of this maze or has had to do this same obstacle. I'm also getting the movie, the maze, the movie The Maze, where they have to actually go inside this maze and a lot of them get killed and stuff like that. And it also reminds me of Squid Games, but Squid Games of course is a little bit different, but The Maze is like, the Maze Runner, that's the name, The Maze Runner. Okay, where they gotta run and they gotta make it out. So that's a movie that I'm kind of seeing as well here. Okay, and somebody here may not like your cleaning. Okay. Some people may feel like your cleaning is not a good enough cleaning. Okay. That's just another side note, because in this book it says we cleaned up the party's aftermath later that afternoon, and some friends stayed, right? But he was saying like one of his friends called themselves cleaning up, but they didn't really clean up. It's like you're not a neat freak, okay, here, or something is like you're not a neat freak, okay. So some people here is not a neat freak, even though you may clean up, but it's not good. Okay, that's also what I'm getting. I knew where such obsessiveness came from. His spotless dark house. Okay, so some of you guys have a dark house. Some of you guys love the dark, of course. Okay, so because this person is describing how one of their friends um has an obsessiveness from his spotless dark house. Um Sneering. Let's see what sneering means. Sneering. What is that? Refers to facial expressions or manner of speaking, contempt or scorn. Is characterized by a slight raising of the corner of the upper lip, often accompanied by a mocking tone or laughter. Expresses disdain. You might notice somebody mocking you. Ooh, okay. All right, so that's what we're just talking about here, all right? So some kids are on a field trip, all right? And some information is not being given to you. It says get more information, but I'm getting that. So, yes, you have the information because we have no in the reverse. So, no, the opposite of no means yes. Get more information. No, you don't need no more information because for some reason you have the information, or somebody is saying that you have the information within you. You know the information, or you have a way to get access to this information here. All right. And it also might be a situation where you are pouring out some information. So you might even be the person that's giving out the information. Okay. So in this story, right, we have a group of kids that is with the class and a group of kids that have broke away from the class, and one of the kids out of that class has more information than the other kids, and they are explaining certain things to the other kids, right? So it's something about whoever this is that is giving the other classmates that wanted to go on another path more information about this Manutor, Manuta, Manu, whatever, this monster, this creature. Okay. So it's saying something about being defeated by going heavy on spells such as Psychic Scream and Mind Silver. Maybe this is just a fictional book. You know, I just grabbed the book. So let's find out what would be a psychic scream. What is that? Let's just go down the rabbit hole. All right. A psychic scream was a powerful enchantment spell that caused devastating damage to the intellects of multiple creatures. Lets out a scream, causing all enemies within 8 yards to flee. Okay, so this might not be real. Okay, right? We're just flowing and going. Whatever. All right. I have no idea. Um, let's see. What else? What's Mind Silver? I don't know. Um, for some reason, Okay, it says, okay, so, mm, it's kind of hard for me to explain because still at the same time, oh my God. Okay, I don't even know what happened. All right, so see, I knew it. This was just something like a game, right? Okay, so we're just thinking that this is a game, okay? Even though they say in the Matrix, whatever, whatever, this is a game, okay? The Matrix, we are inside a game, okay? The Matrix, we are inside of a fucking game. Okay? So, inside of this game, right? It says Mind Silver is a spell that forces the target to make an intelligence saving throw and deal psychic damage on a failed save. I have no idea. It also reduces the target next saving throw. It is a catnip spell. Okay, so this might be about like witches and warlocks and things like that, or whatever the case may be. If you believe in that stuff, right? So yeah, um, I have no idea right now. So someone might be at the end of the day teaching someone else, like kind of separating them from other people in the class in order to teach them something different. Okay, maybe to teach them about a certain enemy, or about something that they need to simply learn, simply need to understand for themselves in order to defeat something, right? And when we talk about defeat, it can be the defeat within ourselves because, like they said, where they went to inside of this maze, even though it was a maze, it was very beautiful and meditative. So it's something about having to go into a meditative state, or you realize certain things more when you go into a meditative state, or you are around somebody that is trying to teach you about a certain meditative state, okay? In order for you to learn something about um a creature, or learn something about yourself, or learn something about the dark side, or whatever it is, to learn something about something, okay? Here, all right? And they might be kind of telling you this person's strengths and this person's weaknesses, or they might be telling you about your strengths and your weaknesses here, okay, as well. um and it's kind of like some things are pushing your heart back, or the more you learn, the more you know, pushes your heart back, okay? Certain things that you may learn may make you feel away, maybe even make you feel afraid, or this has been something that you have been dealing with. Certain things are making you afraid and you push back, things like that, okay? But whatever it is, it's something that you're learning because it's like, okay, well, you didn't know, but now you know. Whatever it is, you didn't know, but now you know. Um, and it's something about the cathedral. It's something about maybe a bishop. I don't know what's the difference between a bishop and a, let's see, what is a bishop? Okay. A bishop is an ordained member of the clergy who is entrusted with a position of authority and oversight in a religious institution. In Christianity, bishops are normally responsible for governance. So they're like an overseer, a supervisor. They're often seen as successors to the apostles. Bishops serve as spiritual leaders, providing guidance to both clergy and laity, something like that. Okay, yeah, I ain't really good with the words. Alrighty, so it's something about a bishop here. Something dealing with the church. Something dealing with somebody overseeing something. I think I'm done for tonight, y'all. I'm like, I have no idea right now. I don't even know what I'm talking about. But most of the time, certain things you don't know what you're talking about. And then you find out, like, oh, dang, that's what that meant. And sometimes I talk so fast that I be messing up. Like on the last reading, I was like, oh yeah, it's homeostasis. Whole time it's the water and the sun. It was photosynthesis. But still, it I said it because that's what it connected in some way. Just like I got wrong about Stephen Hawkins, and he was something whole totally different. And what I saw was cosmetology. It was just crazy. Like I'm telling you, like whatever words come out or whatever comes out is for a reason. Even though I might say it wrong, I might say the wrong thing, but it's actually the right thing. Even though I said it wrong, it was something right about the message. I was supposed to say it. I was supposed to um get it wrong. So sometimes we thinking that we're getting it wrong. Sometimes we're thinking that like, look, I'm just wrong. Whole time we're right, or whole time it's something that somebody else needed, or whole time it's something that is important for the past, or important for the future, or important right now. Even though we may be like, oh man, I messed that up. I said it wrong. I got it wrong. But whole time you got it right. Whole time you got it right. Because it was meant for you to do it wrong. It was meant for you to say it wrong. It was meant for you. So whatever came out of your mouth was the right thing. And maybe that's a message too for somebody. Like you saying it wrong, doing it wrong, but it might be the right thing. You might be feeling like you're doing it wrong whole time you're doing it right. And this might even be dealing with the path that we're talking about here, the maze. Whole time you thinking that you're in a maze and you're going the wrong way. Whole time you're going the right way. Even if you feel like it's taking too long to get out of this maze, it's meant for you to go down the maze the wrong way, whatever way you're going down it. No matter if you viewing it in a negative way. So, okay, that's what I got, Taurus. I don't know. Maybe something did resonate. I didn't use much, but I'm just trying something. So, I'll be busy back, baby. Maybe it's something I'll realize later on. So, all right. Peace. Feel that I need you tonight.